everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my new leather Gucci belt with the double G belt buckle right there. I ended up picking mine up in the smaller sort of width. This is classified as like a 1 inch width, but really it's like 0.8 inches wide. I went for this one instead of sort of the wider one just because I felt like the buckle on the wider one was like a bit too flashy, so I felt like this suited my sort of style a little bit better. So I ended up picking mine up from Essence. It took about 4 days, including the weekend, to ship to me, so not too bad. 5 days to actually get to me, which isn't bad at all. It came with its little Gucci dust bag, and then inside it has sort of like the care card and the information you may need there, and then attached to it was also sort of the Essence like SKU right there that they use. And the reason why I purchased mine off Essence is because here in BC our tax is 12%, but when you purchase on Essence they only charge you GST, they don't charge you the PST. So I saved about, I think, $25 or $30 on the belt, so for me it was worth it. The only issue with that being that I couldn't actually physically try it on because I was ordering it online. So I had quite a few difficulties in determining my size. I watched a few videos on YouTube, and then I went to a few sort of different blogs to figure out what size I would be. And so I'm gonna actually show you the easiest way, well, how I determine what size I would be, because on a lot of the websites it will say something like 75 or 70. No, starts at 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, so on and so forth. And that's measuring in centimeters. And usually I'm used to ordering in inches. And I know that on a couple websites like Nordstrom, they do include inches as well. But for the majority of the sites, they just went by centimeters. So I'm gonna show you how to determine what size you're gonna be in the Gucci belt. The size belt that I picked up is a size 80, or also known as a size 32, so either 80 centimeters or 32 inches. I have centimeters up above, a measuring tape there. Please excuse this measuring tape, I couldn't find mine, so I just printed this guy from a site. And then I also have inches down below. So Gucci measures their belt by beginning at the belt buckle here, and then they go all the way to the third belt loop right there. So you can see mine ends at 80 or it ends at a 32. So that's how they get either an 80 centimeter or a 32 centimeter belt. They don't actually measure to the very end there. So third hole is where it's measured to. The way that I determined what size I would be in the Gucci belt was I took a belt that I wear actually all the time. This is just an older belt from Gap. I've had it for a few years now. And I essentially lined it up the same way Gucci would measure. So from the beginning of my belt buckle, and I went all the way down to about where I would wear it. I always wear this belt on the third hole as well, so I could measure. I was about a 32 and about 80 centimeters up there. So that's how I knew in the Gucci belt. You can see they almost line up perfectly. I knew that I would be a 32 or an 80 in the Gucci. After I found out how Gucci determines their belt size, so from the beginning of the belt buckle to the third hole in the belt, it was pretty easy for me to find a belt that I liked and use that as a point of reference to see what size I would be. But another way to do it is if you don't have a belt, you could always just put on a pair of jeans and you could put the tape measure through the actual belt loops and sort of see what size you would be there. Or if you want to wear it on your waist, you could also kind of measure around your waist with a tape measure and sort of see what size in inches or in centimeters that you would be according to sort of Gucci's little sizing guide. So Gucci actually recommends that you wear the belt through the third hole right there. That's how it's supposed to sit to, I guess, be the most aesthetically pleasing. But I mean, you could technically wear it on the first or the last. It's completely up to you. In between each hole is about an inch, so really there's a little bit of leeway. I was going between the 75 and the 80. The 75 would have actually been good, I think, for around my waist, but because I typically wear my jeans at my belly button or just below my belly button, the 80 was a good size for me. I mean, I tried it on with a few different jeans, and if the jean's a little bit higher waisted, I do need to move it to this like second hole right there. And when I wear it on my actual waist, I put it on the very first hole. I can also get an additional hole punched in. And then it would fit really well on my waist, but I can get away with just putting it on the first hole around my natural waist. So here is the belt on. These jeans that I'm wearing right now, my belly button's about right here, so just right above my jeans. These are Citizen of Humanity Rockets. They're size 25 in case you need a point of reference, like with my jean size as well. And I have this guy on the third notch, but I could actually, it might be a little bit better if I put it on. I could do this notch as well, so the second notch, it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. And like I said, if I were to put it on sort of like my natural waist up here, I would put it on the very last one, or I need to actually get another hole punched in. So another thing to mention is that they also have this belt in men's version, and it's a 1.5 inch. So the women's come in either a 1 inch or a 2 inch, so like this thinner one I have or the thicker one, but the men's come in like an in-between size as well. So if you kind of want that, then I would look at the men's. The men's actually, the sizing I believe starts at 80, so I could have gone to men's one. But I like the women's belt because it has like the very smooth leather, whereas the men's is a little bit more kind of pebbled. But I will also link this down below too, in case you don't have like a cloth measuring tape or like the pliable measuring tapes, because this guy here is like a little bit hard to sort of use. This one is totally fine if you're just like measuring your belt that you already have, but if you actually want to measure around your waist, using something like the pliable measuring tapes is just going to make it a lot easier for you. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did like this video, you can subscribe, like, whatever. I hate like adding this little part at the end. It feels so unnatural to me. But I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.